Oh God, almost broke. It's been a while. It's been a long time, and I'm back. Happy New Year, guys. Happy New Year, lads. Happy New Year, mates, boys and girls. We are back. So the crazy thing is, I've planned and planned and planned and tried to come up with something for quite some time, and I have too much going on in my head that I plan I will do this, I will do that, but I never do it. I don't know. Having too much going on in your head is self-sabotage. Like, you fail to execute and do what you're supposed to do. So ideally, I kept on pushing, postponing. So I'm at that point where I have tried various things, and while I was reading some book of Atomic Habits, I came across that statement of why laziness is killing your success. And later on, I will explain in detail more about it. But it is what it is. You need to lock in, get that working. If not for you, do it for your people. So, yeah. Happy New Year, welcome back, lads. Welcome back, mates. Welcome back, guys. So today, I will talk about a few things here and there, and this year we'll focus on major key areas. So today is Motivation Monday. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but you will with time. Motivation Monday. So today I'll talk about why laziness is killing your success. You know, it's a long statement, but with a big question mark. Yeah. The question is, do you ever be there and you feel stuck? And more so, like, you're not reaching your potential, you know, whether you're in your career or personal growth, your health, your relationships, and all that. Well, the reason could be that it's because of laziness. So the idea is that in order to achieve success, I believe it requires effort, action, and consistency. As we always ask, who is going to carry the boat? A famous say. Yeah, so we're already carrying the boats 2025, and we are back. So the question is, what is laziness? You know, is it just about resting, or resting when you're tired, you know, or avoiding effort and responsibility? There's a difference between being tired and needing rest, and the whole bit of chronic avoidance of work, you know. As I was saying, so there's psychology behind laziness. You know, most people are lazy because of different factors. Thing is, there's fear of failure. Like, you know, you try out certain things and you're worried that they won't work. So in that event, you hold back and you just chill, you accept laziness, you know. And it's very common. You get complacent, you know. Procrastination, you keep pushing, I'll do this, I'll do that, but then you don't do it. But deep down, you know the work you must put in. So I believe you understand that bit. Deep down internally, you know the kind of work you must do and push, you know. So, and with that, when you keep procrastinating, there's lack of motivation. So, I mean, that's the psychology behind the laziness. So there's another bit of wanting to be perfect every time you do something. you look at a specific task, you be there, and you think a lot, and you're like, man, I want it to come out at 100, but the reality is you can't achieve 100% in the word get go, in the starter bit. So it's important that you understand that some of these things you just have to start. The self-doubt will go away with the trials here and there, action by action, step by step. So literally, perfectionism is mastered over time, you know. So what I can say is that laziness is a form of self-protection, you know. You're avoiding discomfort. Stay with me now. Stay with me now, yeah. And because you don't want to be uncomfortable, you just keep moving with what is on ground, and you accept like it is what it is. But this time, let's do something 2025, lock in, and change some things here and there. So there are consequences for laziness. You know, when you sit back and you relax and you don't take action and you sit back, we lose time. You're wasting time, and I believe you can't get that time back. You're never going to be younger than today. So I believe that now is the time to start in whatever thing you're doing. Do not hold back. And while you're sitting back, you're missing opportunities, and this is very common. It's very common. While you're overthinking it and saying, I will do it when the time is right. When the time is right, then you start overthinking it. But there's no other time. The time is now. So start, you know. Then you worry about frustration and regret. After, those are consequences of laziness. I mean, you miss out and then you're frustrated. Then there's that regret bit. And it's because you fail to seize the opportunity. Big motion or no motion, you know. Seize the opportunity. Grab life by the throat. That's what I mean. So, seize the opportunity to avoid frustration and regret. When you don't think it's a time to jump, you know. Not to be a motivation speaker, but man, what can I say? We need these things in our day-to-day life. So I believe this will impact you in your life, you know. So when you hold back, you know, you're sitting on potential. You can never know what you're capable of. As you're there resting, taking your time, not pushing, you can never know what potential you have. So I scroll through Instagram, and you know, the other day I saw a quote that says, it's a shame for a man to die without realizing the full strength of his body, something like that. So what I'm telling you here is that this applies to different fields. You know, whether it's career or health, gym, you know, if you're going, go harder this time. This is your year. If you've been sitting back and thinking, man, we have time, I believe you can have positive impact and change a lot of things this time. You know, let's not look at the consequences of laziness and take action. That's the only way we can solve this. So, personally, yeah, laziness will stunt your growth. That I can give you an example. For instance, me, I have planned to. I had planned 2024 to post almost like at least thrice a week, and you can judge by that. I didn't. I didn't really post for some time, you know, because it was the same thing eating me up, you know. But the key here is taking small, consistent actions that you can manage, you know, that you can handle. Because in the event that you start to take small steps, you're able to master your craft, learn step by step, and you're able to build that solid foundation after piling up those steps. Ideally, we need discipline, we need resilience, but resilience and persistence is important in achieving long-term goals. So it depends the time period of your goals and what you're trying to achieve. So those key things: discipline, resilience, persistence. It's almost the same thing. The ability to do what you should do whether you feel like it or not. And once you master that, there won't be limits to your personal development, and the outcomes will be far greater, and you'll push past your comfort zones. So, there's a point you reach, and it's not about reading more self-development books or anything. Rather, it's just important that you just take the action. And so for me, the major key things I look at when I'm solving this bit of laziness, there's a 5-minute rule, and the 5-minute rule, you try to get it done within that time period. If you say 5 minutes, count 1, 2, 3, you get to it, you execute, So I believe by creating that urgency when you create that urgency to solve a problem immediately, you'll get it done. You need to feel it within and be like, it's urgent, I need to get this done. And then when you feel that urgency, you will get it done, So the easiest way, rather, before the 5-minute rule, is to create a routine. And when you have a routine in place, it keeps you within certain boundaries to execute and get certain actions done. So more like having a system. So when we look at most people who cover ground and who have impact in their day-to-day activities, who show you successful projects, or I don't know, whatever field you're thinking of, these guys have specific routines and they have systems in the background, And by systems, it's like these are rituals or things you've put in place to keep you in line towards a certain vision or broad goal, Because without that, you find that if you don't plan your day the day before, you find that you've messed up the following day, and like things are scattered. There's no work done. So the idea is that just like the 5 a.m. club or the atomic habits, they have serious impact. I believe when you read some of these books, you're able to travel in time and relive experiences of certain people. And the more you read, the more enlightened you are. So you need to be accountable. Sit back, relax, and think really what is going on, what is going down, what can I do to impact and change my life, your life, my life. What dreams am I chasing after, and what can I achieve? So this isn't about me only. I know this impacts you as well. I'm giving back to society. CSR. Anyway, the thing is, you need to find your why. Why do you do what you do every day? Once you know your why, those deepest reasons as to why you're doing these specific things, I believe it won't be about motivation anymore. There will be that push. There will be that push that is deep, that gets you to execute every day, regardless of how you're feeling, and that is when you'll master discipline. So I know sometimes there's that self-sabotage. You start doing something, then you start thinking, and then you're like, man, maybe not today, tomorrow, maybe it's not my thing, maybe I don't know this. But what I've come to realize is I think it doesn't really matter. The whole objective is trial. You have to try. You keep trying. As you try, you discover, you fail, you try again, and that's the whole goal. Because imagine if there's no room for failure, how are you going to discover the new things you're capable of? So self-sabotage, when the issue is creating high expectations, and when you create high expectations, you even fail to do the smallest or the smallest things, and this, to break it down clearly, very well, you need to set goals that are realistic, something within your reach, something that you can manage. If you say, I can do 5 push-ups, start with 5. There's no need to say, I'm going to do 100 push-ups in one day, yet you don't have the capability. So when you do the 5, eventually you move to the 10, from the 10 to the 15, and slow but surely you get the hang. Sorry about that. You get the hang of it, So it's a conscious effort for you to know where to start from. So what I can say really is, literally, how I'm able to overcome this laziness bit. I tried out the 5 a.m. club for some time, and it has been nice, positive impact. I'm able to execute those multitasking things. You could do a 9 to 5 during the day, and then you're a creator on the side, and then you're a musician at night, and then you're in the band playing an instrument. Multitasking, crazy. But first and foremost, create a routine in your life. I believe this will have serious positive impact on you. So start with the small tasks. Do what you can and be consistent, however difficult it is. Then embrace discomfort. Not everything goes the way we plan, and we think that it will go the way we plan. But such is life. What is life if not the variables? So review these goals, with time. Keep reviewing your goals and seeing where you are. You took this step the other time, so where have you reached right now? Review. I don't know how you review, but self-reflect and review. So I can't stress enough that it's mostly important that you understand the power of action. It's like that. I was going to use a mathematical expression somewhere, but let me not go there. But we all know the compound effect of the 1% daily. Eventually, it adds up to something. So we need you to believe in the power of action, So this is my call to action, and you gotta try, if not for you, for your people, So, guys, you can tell me about your struggles with laziness. Comment. You can offer any advice or support on this key area, and we see the way forward. So, with that being said, comment, like, subscribe, enjoy. Thank you.